And I'll put it down just so you know. It's just so you know it's safe, you know, if you're doing it on your own.
Because this will always fall forwards anyway when the weight's on the front.
Yeah, I just always grab it in case it does go up, you know.
Yeah.
You get a little drip of oil with them, just bearing in mind. It's just a pull collar, you know, pulls back.
Yeah.
And when you reconnect them,
Yeah.
it clicks in and out like that.
Lovely.
So you get a drop of oil, keep them clean, feed them under the machine. There is a little loop tie on these, stop them trailing. Just a little zip tie underneath, and you can't get them wrong, they're male and female.
Yeah.
So they're pretty straightforward.
Under the arc. Under the.
Yeah, I just like keeping them tied up, you know.
Yeah. Show the little loop underneath.
Do you want to do the key features on there?
Yeah. Why not?
You've got your brush adjuster here, which basically, as I take that down now clockwise, you see the brush starts touching, and as I take it off,
Yep.
that's brush off, adjust.
Okay.
Same on this side, exactly.
Yep.
And it floats across that headstock, so you got to bear in mind you do both sides. So again, what I'm looking for is just the fibre to start touching, so we're getting a depression, and then as I release it, you see it flick release. So we'll just release it to about there, try it.
Okay.
For a maintenance brush.
Yep.
And then we'll go deeper.
Okay.
The front ones you're not using because that was for the collector,
Yes.
if you remember. This one here to the left of that one, if you want to just video that basically lifts up, swirls your head left, and if you go the other way, all the way to the right.
Brilliant.
Back straight on for now. As a general maintenance brush, I'll send you a PDF of it, and I'll have it on the angle like I showed you, just so we contain the sound. So I'll leave it set up that way for now.
Okay.
So the wheels are just touching the ground then, are they? You're saying?
They touch the ground, but what I look for is, if I'm maintenance brushing, I probably want the brush to touch and maybe 1-2 turns in back. Yeah. Back so it deepens it into the carpet.
Yeah. The brush.
Yeah. If I'm picking up debris, light debris moving them off, try and just be skimming. And down 2 on. Yep. We got choke there. Needs very little choke.
Yep.
And make sure that that fuel is on.
Okay.
When we separate the pack, remember to turn that fuel off. Yeah.
Okay. Well, sorry. When we separate.
When we separate the machine head,
Okay.
just remember to turn the fuel off.
Yeah.
Because sometimes if the carb's unlevel and stuff and you're twisting them, you can just
you'll flood
unease
the
the ball. Well, you can get a bit of fuel out of that. It's nice just to turn it off. I don't like fuel on the carpet if I can help it.
Okay.
Choke on. 1 pull inches away. Choke off.
Yeah.
Final stop on the engine, just on that side.
Okay.
Just remember when you're starting her up always, your brush drive's here, which engages your brush. Always make sure they're in neutral. If you pull that lever right back,
You'll be
you know you're
pulling
in
the brush
neutral.
as well. Well, you won't be able to pull it, will you?
Well, you're pulling over the hydraulics. It will start, but it makes the hard work for the machine
Yeah,
and for the starter.
Okay.
Exactly.
So where's it go?
It basically, that's when it's engaged, it's marked up. We bring it to neutral to start it.
Okay.
So it's just central position. If you pull it right back, it doesn't lock in reverse anyway, so you've got neutral on the machine.
Okay.
Going to your traction controls just up here. You got your forward traction, depress this lever, it's just like a clutch, but working the opposite way, the harder we press that, the faster we go. And as we release it, it goes back to neutral. When we're reversing, I always say hold the bars and just use your thumb. If you tend to do this, the natural thing is it puts more throttle on, and it
Pushes you back.
So I always say if you use your thumb and you overdo it, you do release. Where if you hold that, you tend to think I can't release, you know. He's pushing you over. So just bear in mind, forward doesn't matter, but reverse, just try and just use your thumb.
Yeah, because forward it'll just run away with it.
Yeah, and
And
you'll
then
release
stop.
anyway, won't
Yeah.
you? Speed controller there, just for the forward and reverse traction. Rather than holding that lever, say there at 1 mile an hour, 2 mile an hour, 3 mile an hour. If you set that, you can set that valve. You can move it when you're driving, and you can set it to what pace you want to walk at. The traction speed is done off them valves there. The brush speed, how fast the brush is done off the revs. So an increased pump speed will increase the fluid, make the brushes faster. Release.
And that's your revs.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's just
Yeah, exactly. So if you just take your throttle back a bit, you'll find it'll decrease the revs, decrease the brush speed. As a rule, I want you a good 3/4 on the brush speed to give it a nice hard whipping on the carpet. You know, we want to achieve a job. You know, not just be tickling around drag matting.
Okay. Cool.
When we engage them brushes, just then, you know, you will feel a slight pushback on the machine, just because the brush is paddling on the carpet and it's naturally pushing the machine backwards, like you're pushing your feet like that.
So it could drive itself
Well,
slowly.
it'll push itself backwards,
But,
yeah.
yeah.
Depends how hard you have it.
You can't leave it.
Well, no, don't. And when we come to the end of the run, good practices, I knock my brushes out or lift it up like I showed you last
Yes.
time. Just getting. What I don't want to do is leave the machine sat on a spot and digging little holes in the carpet. I want to try a nice, consistent brushing. So, imagine you've got a beach there and you're dressing the sand in it. You want it nice, flowing. I don't want to be seeing tractor going up, down, digging holes even there, because you know you get uneven play then, and that's you know we don't want to get to that stage. We just want to be doing the maintenance work. When I'm engaging them brushes as well, I normally just set my traction going slightly. I just reach over and flick them in. I'll show you when we're working, but just then you know in the theory. And end of a run, if I'm coming to the end of the run, rather than just stopping the machine when the brush is running, I normally just lean over and flick them out, you know, and you let go of your machine and it's stationary.
So
If you come
stop
to-
the brushes before the machine
Yeah,
stops.
exactly.
Yeah.
If I
Okay.
come to the end of a run, I'm just doing like we did last time, bit of maintenance brushing. I'd normally just give a slight lift on the machine, not a lot. You saw last time, we just look a bit of pressure and we just turn as we go. It's got a differential, so it'll push itself round. But we'll see what them brushes are like that, and don't take them brushes as a science. It's like mowing your grass. You set your mower, you've got a wheel high, haven't you? You think, oh, it's a bit cockeyed that, and you go, that's on 3, that's on 4. And I do the same on the threads on the brushes. I just take a visual on the first run, see how it's looking. If I'm not happy with it, take it up, down a bit. What we don't want to see is
You're taking it on these wheels.
on the two
On
threaded
the
rods. Yeah,
okay.
it's just you know, it's just getting into that theory that we've not set them cast iron to be finished. We're setting them each time like we would with mowing or whatever. You know, you bring your deck to the height you want to mow at, and you know that's how I best to describe it. Because when you're mowing, you probably know that if you've done a bit of mowing, you know. You know, you get yourself set, don't you? You know that I'm happy with that, or I've got a bit low, I'm scalping at that. Make sure that's in neutral. We've got about half revs on there. We've already checked them 2 brush settings and put the machine on the angle. A bit of choke on, make sure that's down to on. I normally flick it back to on after. The choke's straight off. We don't rather need any choke, even in the winter. If it's wet conditions, I've no objection to your brushing either.
Sorry?
If it's wet, I've no objection to your brushing.
Okay.
Going back to that traction just before we put the brushes in, if I've got that turn right down, because I adjust that valve, we can go in a little bit quicker.
Right.
Again, a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
And with that reverse, slight thumb on, just bring her back. The tendency is if you do that, like I said, it can catch you off guard and it's still pushing.
Yeah.
But when you do that, you don't pass it, it's something that's released. So I just say, if you're sat on a motorbike.
Oh yeah. Same thing, isn't it?
But again, if you're a bit wary of it, turn that right down to minus, you know, for new operators,
Yeah.
and just, then you can have a feel of it. You want to just have a go at that, as it is.
So if you want a bit more speed, you just turn that on. Just a tiny bit.
Anti-clockwise.
All right.
It's confusing.
Brushes are hard
No,
You've not done them yet.
No.
Alright, just doing your traction so you can have a feel. You want to just try your reverse. Yeah,
Remember,
try and just-
remember the thumb.
Yeah, that's it, better. Just because your natural thing is you do release them.
And you really don't want to go fast backwards. It would run you over, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Cool.